welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble with your readings for August the 22nd through September the 2nd. Look, before I go any further, I'm hoping that you will be watching this on Sunday, preferably before 5:30 p.m. because I'm organized, and of course if you are in New York, I'm organizing a beach cleanup, and I would love it if you would join us. It's so much fun. The kids really get into it. They talk about it. They talk about it at school. They really they're asking questions, and it's a really wonderful example to set for your children, and we have a blast when we do it. So I'll bring the rubber gloves and the trash and recycle bags, and I'll see you on the boardwalk in Coney Island across from Nathan's. So please come if you're in the area, and we'll get a chance to hang out and clean the beach. First of all, thank you so much for all the likes, shares, comments, and there were so many comments. I really appreciate you guys. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing and subscribing. If you're new, welcome. I really hope that you stay around and you enjoy the readings and that you'll come back. And if you're returning, thank you so much. I love you guys hanging in there. These are general readings, guys. If you would like a personal reading, you can click on this link right here. You can also check me out on Patreon. It's another way to support me, and I have posts there just for patrons, and there are reward levels. So check it out. You know, it's a way to give back, and that link's right here too. So now, let's go to the astrological report, shall we, for this week. Now, on the 27th, Monday, Mars has been backtracking. It's been in retrograde. And on Monday, it kind of what we call stations direct. It's where Mars has been really slowing down, and it's coming to a halt on Monday. Now, when a planet slows down, and particularly Mars is one of our it's one of our personal planets, what they call a personal planet, because it's closer to the Earth, and actually you can see it in the sky at night. So if you look out up at night, you can see it. I was looking at it last night. So it's close to the moon, and you'll see it's got a red hue, or depending on where you are, it looked a bit yellow from here. Or the pollution in New York City. Anyway, so look up at the sky and you'll be able to see Mars. Now, as it slows down, and particularly when it comes to a stop, the elements and the energy of that planet is enhanced, if you will. It's magnified. So, we could be irritated. We might want to lash out at somebody verbally, and some people maybe physically. So it is a really good time to meditate, to kind of think before you react, to understand what's going on so you get it. It's really important to remain calm within the storm. Now, on Tuesday, it starts to move forward. So things are going to pick up for us. I mean, not initially, because it takes a while for Mars to get going. It's a big planet, and it's got to get going in that direction. But now things can go forward because Mercury's out of retrograde, and it's out of its shadow period now. So that's going straight ahead. So I think that this week we'll start to be a little more inspired to get things done. We'll start to feel like things are starting to pick up. Maybe it's been a bit slow over the last few weeks. People go on vacations too in August. And we're getting ready to come up to, Memorial Day. So it's the last holiday, really, before the kids go back to school. So people will be busy preparing for that. And we'll feel like there's a trajectory going forward. So that's all I have to say, really, for the astrological report this week. Of course, the moon does lots of things. It changes signs basically every two and a half days. So there's a lot going on with that, but there's too much. They're little aspects, and it's so temporary, the energies from that. Unless it's a full moon or a new moon, it's not really worth discussing. Anyway, so let's go to your card, shall we? Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your reading for August the 27th through September the 7th. 2nd. Now, the first card out for you guys is the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is rushing in like crazy, right? It's like charging, and he's like the champion for justice, and you know, he's about communication. He's about what I got when I held this card is that be careful how you communicate with people this week or in situations. And I've got the 9 of Wands, which is this is like the battle, right? Constantly defending. It's kind of being in the same old battle. It's almost like you're arguing with your partner over the same things, or, you know, you're battling the same things at work, or even internally. You know, it can be an internal struggle. But struggle it is with the 9 of Wands. And so this is about communication. So if you are battling, really soften the way you speak this week. It's definitely being kinder and more compassionate in how you communicate. And the 9 of Wands is, you know, clarifying it. Now, the 9 of Wands that's telling you to step back a bit. Maybe you need to kind of heal. And, like, because this indicates that somebody's been in a battle for a long time, tired, wanting to give up, can't be bothered to go on, right? But when the 9 of Wands comes in, it's saying, don't give up. This is about taking a step back and really kind of rejuvenating, you know, healing from the battle and letting all the wounds heal, and then going back in with renewed energy, right? So it might be retreating from this battle so you can win the war. But do it with kindness, leave the sharp tongue at home. And don't be quick to judge is what I got too. You have to be very careful about judging too quickly. Now, you have the 7 of Pentacles, right? 7 of Pentacles is about, this is about weighing the pros and cons almost. It's about doing your books. It's about looking at the fruits of your labor. It's looking at whether all the effort that you've, put into it, are you getting the payoff? Is it worth all the effort that you have put into this? So this could be about reassessing your work. It could be reassessing clients, or if you're self-employed, or your job, I've got the 7 of Swords, right? Clarifying this. And this is, I'm just getting that you're kind of not looking at the situation truthfully. Have you taken on too many clients? Is your job too much for you to handle? Have you taken on too many projects at work or something? Have you taken on too many things, like at work and at home? Do you have 2 jobs? You need to look at this yourself. It's 7, right? It's introspective, and I have a feeling that you're not being honest with yourself. Now, this could mean for some of you that somebody in your circle is not being quite honest with you. But I'm honestly getting that it's you not looking at this in a truthful situation for yourself. You're not seeing it. And look, guys, this is coming up for you again. I feel like you get this a lot. This is the Ten of Wands. It's you've taken on too much. Definitely you've taken on too much. This is time to really kind of look. You've got to trim the fat, darling. Trim the fat. You're going to have to drop some of these. It's holding you back. It's actually stopping you from what you really want. You kind of want more time and more energy and more money, but this is holding you back because you're not getting enough time and you're not getting the money, the rewards that warrants all this work. So this is about really looking at the situation truthfully to yourself, because you are swimming in denial. Guys, at least that's what the cards are saying. Now, right next to this, right, is the Wheel of Fortune. This has got to end. You've got to drop those. I'm telling you, Scorpio, I tell you this every week. Delegate, you know, prioritize, ask for help. You must ask for help. You are not asking for help. This is also about control. When you take all those projects on, or all those responsibilities, it's because you're not trusting that somebody can do them the way you can. Well, it's about letting that go. It's about letting that control go, because you have the Wheel of Fortune, which came in for you last week, right? It's turning in your direction, Scorpio. The Wheel of Fortune is in your direction, but there's a contingency here. It's because you really need to drop this in order for this wheel to turn in your direction. Now you have two cards. Look, these two cards in this position, and you have two cards clarifying it. One of the cards is the Four of Cups, which means you are not seeing the gift. You are kind of disappointed in something, and you're not seeing the gift in it. And right, you see, it's the same thing. Look, it's you're carrying all this weight, and if you don't drop it, you're really not going to see the gift that's right in front of you. So it's almost like I'm getting that you are probably in fear of kind of maybe dropping clients or letting go of some of your responsibilities. It's that fear that you're going to lose something, but you really aren't. This is a time to come back, to do some, look, you've got to do some soul searching. That's what I'm getting from this. And look, you see, you got at the very end, next to the Ten of Wands, you've got the Wheel of Fortune turning in your direction, right? And clarifying that is the Six of Pentacles, celebration. You are preventing yourself from this because you've got so much going on. Scorpio, stop it. Stop it. I keep telling you to stop it. I think once you really take an honest look at your situation and you really look at all the effort that you've put into, is it worth what you've got back? Is it worth time away from your loved ones or your partner or your family, whoever it is it worth that? Are you getting enough of a payback for all the effort that you put into it? That's what you have to ask yourself. Scorpio, thank you so much for tuning in. Your birthday's coming up soon. Don't forget to like this video, share it on your social media, and comment. I love feedback and comment. Thank you so much if you do that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. For a personal reading with Mary, go to www.liveinthesolution.com.